All right, so what this was, you learned a bit about like vertical and what makes something kind of a corporation in that sense and structure, but I want to develop into like why would we have it? So first off, a corporation is a legal entity, right? It incorporates to run a business, and it all can be multiple people. And the reason a lot of people do that is a big reason is limited liability. So, for example, you, if you are the president of a corporation, cannot be sued, right? The corporation can be sued. So we can go after the assets of the company. We can't go after you personally. So it shields the responsibility of who is responsible in case something happens, and it limits the risk an individual takes because the company acts as a person. It can hire people, it can fire people, it can take out loans, it can engage as a person. The structure, right, it has a board. Here's where we play the stock market game, right? A shares of a stock own a corporation. So a corporation is publicly traded, meaning like the public can buy, assuming you have enough money, different pieces of it. So if you buy stock, you are what's called a shareholder, and the corporation's responsibility is not to its workers or even the people who are buying the product. A corporation's responsibility is to its stockholders, right? Which is kind of an important part, right? And stockholders at meetings can make decisions. They can vote to oust like the president, right? And depending on how much stock you own, that depends on how much say you have. Think of like each share as a vote. So if I have 60% of the shares, then I get like 60 votes out of 100. Longevity, right? If you have a corporation, it just doesn't just die when the business owner dies, right? It can be transferred. Different people can run it. Different CEOs come in and out. Um, but the big thing here is the liability, right? The liability and the shares are what separates it, right? People buy stocks because they think it's valuable. Then the company will pay out dividends to stocks and things like that. And most importantly, though, is it limits the amount of liability a person can face. So that's why it's important to, if you want to start a business, you either want to incorporate or enter what's called an LLC, which is like a corporation light. That way you are not on the hook in case anything goes wrong. Uh,